analysis here today. We've got the Intercontinental Combat, which is basically Europe, and I think it's called CIS, but it's like Russia and that. I don't actually know what CIS stands for. I've looked it up. I've known what it is, but I don't know anymore. And I'm not going to try to figure it out. Maybe the chat knows, but sorry. So this is the grand finals of that, which there's two key things about this. Shao Kahn is in the grand finals. That's already alarming enough. And Shao Kahn is on the winner's side and wins it. So Shao Kahn is what we're going to be taking a look at. And versus Kodal. This is going to be a Kahn throwdown here between these two. So actually, let's pause right here on the screen. I think this is a good screen. Because we're not playing in offline like they just were, this is an online thing. This is our only access to the variations. So VideoGamezYo is running the Throne Hammer. He's also got the Dark Priest, which is the hammer buff, and then the Annihilation, which is the crushing blow that if you have the buff on it. And, you know, it's just a good combo ender as well. Then we've got Omega. He's playing with the plus frame disc, the command grab, hue hue. Sounds like he's just laughing. And then I believe that is the damage totem, but I don't fucking know. They're all written in foreign language. It's hieroglyphics to me, so I have no idea what that is. But I believe that is the damage totem. So this is a pretty straightforward build. I think one of the big things, of course, is that OmegaK is going to keep access to his armor break. And Kodal's armor break, really, really powerful. They've got the names wrong right now, too, but I think they'll fix it. All right, takes the time to get the buff up. And dude, just point blank with that hammer. What an interesting choice by VideoGamezYo. OmegaK, though, not having any of it. He blocks it. It's punishable on block, so he's able to find his way in. Good blocks on the get-up attack as well. Okay, there's the damage totem, which means that OmegaK is going to have huge cash-out damage here. Flawless block as well. Really calling VideoGamezYo out. Now, VideoGamezYo is on the winner's side here, so something to consider as well. He's got a lot more room to work with. But OmegaK, Fatal Blow on deck right now. Oh, no, that's VideoGamezYo. They got the names wrong still. Now Fatal Blow available for both. And, dude, there it is. Just that mid-command grab. I don't feel like it's as deadly as Gearus's, maybe, because just the tick throw setups are not as numerous. But still very deadly. And VideoGamezYo actually going to steal it with just the raw Fatal Blow. So round one is going to go over to Shao, even with that extra Kodal health. Not enough to stop the 37%. Was that a raw Fatal Blow that did 37%? What? He didn't string into that. Oh, no, he did. Okay. 2 hits. Never mind. Whoops. Not paying attention. We're good. So round one, Shao Kahn takes it. Immediately sets that totem up, and he's going to be able to really get good numbers out of that. I mean, that is... We were talking about Scorpion earlier in AJ, 28% respectable damage. Kodal just hit 29%, and he didn't do anything. He did forward 2, 3, or whatever that string is, into the armor break, which doesn't armor break because he's on the ground, so he's just using that as a combo ender, and he amplified it for 30% almost. That is huge. Like, that totem basically makes finishing a string as efficient as just doing a combo. Here it is again. I think the totem's gone now, so only 21% for that, but still really decent numbers. As Omega, I don't think he's been touched yet. There's a little bit of damage for him, and here we go. Oh, tried to call out the breakaway there, although... So, I like that VideoGamezYo goes for the armor break here, but when I'm looking at these, I don't see Omega armor breaking. He has such a life lead that I see Omega being like, fuck it. Take your damage. I don't care if you hit me with big damage, because it's not going to be enough to really turn this around. So Omega doesn't opt to break. VideoGames tries to go for the armor break, which means instead he's only going to get 17%, cuts his damage short, and OmegaK ends up just answering right back. Command grab, going to get those tattoos starting to glow, amplifies it for the corner positioning, and now, I mean, that was a move of desperation. VideoGamezYo just trying to find a hit with that raw shoulder charge. Good defense, though, and Omega puts himself on the board here. Now, Omega's still long road ahead of him. He's got to get 6 games if he wants to take this. VideoGamezYo only needs 3, but this is the start of it if it's going to happen. All right, big uppercut connects. Ooh, tries to go for the command grab there. You see his arms coming out for it, and just ends up getting hit right out of it. I mean, that's One of the things, it's a mid, you can't duck underneath it, but it is somewhat on the slower side, so if you call it out, you can't interrupt it. Dude, he just goes for it again, though. No fear at all. And because he's got meter, he's just going to amplify it, send him back into the corner, and kind of repeat this really oppressive situation. Ooh, he caught him. Slice and dice doesn't amplify because that would send him out of the corner. Oh, but he jumps himself into the corner. Interesting decision, but we'll see how it works. And dude, just using the plus frames of the discus, then backing away and using that incredible footsie tool of that sword. It is so good. What's going on, Christian? Oh, he's not going to kill, though. He could have gone for the crushing blow, but I think he's just going to kill him anyway. Yep, tick throw setups. There it is. So Omega takes game number 1. Now, I watched a little bit of this, and what happens next is kind of fucky. It makes me think I probably should have honestly not picked this set. But Omega picks the wrong variation. So because Omega picks the wrong variation, I think he's guaranteed to lose this set, no matter what. Oh, it looks like VideoGamezYo switched his variation now. He's got the up-wrath hammer now. But, I mean, there's nothing that Omega can do. He's going to auto-lose this match. I'm going to analyze it as well anyway, just because this is mainly practice for match analysis. But there is something about this where, like, it doesn't matter. Now, I believe VideoGamezYo ends up beating him, too. So it, like, double doesn't matter, but... Alright, big plus frames. He's got that Dark Priest buff up as well, which means any kind of hit into an Annihilation is ridiculous damage. Buff goes away, though. Not going to find the opening with it. But now he's got him cornered. Ooh, actually got hit? Okay, that is safe on block. This move right here, Obliterate, is not a punishable move. It's like -6 or something like that. So it's not punishable. You see no punish pops up on the screen either. So, you know, he just ended up getting caught not blocking. And the thing is it's a launcher in the corner, actually. Shao Kahn can convert off of that. So VideoGamezYo was trying to catch his opponent with low poke into overhead, which he would have converted into big-time damage. But OmegaK was absolutely ready. Yeah, and you can hear Ultra David and Arma talking about it as well, that the variation has changed. So I think that this is guaranteed win here for VideoGamezYo. Ooh, Spear gets caught. Honestly, I think Con Cut actually does him better. And so that's where it is punishable. We were just talking about how Obliterate is safe, but if you amplify it at the end, that actually is punishable. You can kind of sneak the amp in, so the idea is people get their turn back after they block Obliterate, but it's not punishable, but they do get their turn, but you can steal their turn by amplifying it and catching them off guard, and that is punishable, though, if they call that out, too. I think he ended up actually chipping Omega out that time around, though, so even if he would have blocked it. Plus frames. Nice big swing of that sword here by Omega. Greatly using those plus frames as well. The discus in the corner, you can't flawless block it anymore. It's something to note. And then it's got enough like pushback on it that Kodo is actually sitting in a really comfortable range for himself. Dude, the whiff punishes here from forward 2 are so good. Command grab sends him back to the corner as well. That's punishable. And there it is. Nice punish here from VideoGamezYo. Not a lot of life left here for VideoGamezYo. He's got a huge comeback to make. He gets the hammer buff up. Goes through the sun as well. This is going to be Annihilation crushing blow. Nice big cash out here from VideoGamezYo. He opts to save his Fatal Blow. I was assuming he was going to go in for Fatal Blow after if he got another hit. But OmegaK is just going to let it rip with his own Fatal Blow. And finds the mark, gets the anti-air on VideoGamezYo, and gets the round. I really think, though, VideoGamezYo was looking to jump in, push some buttons, and try to get himself a Fatal Blow confirm of his own. Oh, that was weird. So he got the jump kick here, right? But it, like, his character starts to face the right way, but then Kodo, like, flies over him. Like, so, like, it was like a cross-up jump or some weird shit. He gets to the other side of him, and then just big whiff city. That is unfortunate. All right, nice throw here, VideoGamezYo. Locking down this corner situation. Oh, that is a huge whiff from OmegaK as well. There's no defensive meter to deal with it, so he's just going to have to hold that. 34%, not bad. Short hops. Smart play. There we go. Okay, and that's in the corner. You can actually do this combo right here. 1-4 into the obliterate. Combos in the corner, and that is a juggle. Smart play for Omega to break out of it, because that would have been taking some numbers. Ooh, down one into it. Nicely done. Amplifies it as well. I think at that point, the reason that he amplifies the Annihilation there is he just wants as much damage as he can. It's final round, so he's willing to spend all the resources he can to get him as close to death as possible. And there it is. Uses the up hammer at the end. And that is going to put a game on the board here for Shao Kahn. So, even though OmegaK switched characters, I think he was guaranteed a loss. But VideoGamezYo won anyway, so he takes the tie game there. And it is now 1-1 between the two. So let's hop into game 2 here then. So now OmegaK is free to pick whatever he wants, variation-wise. I believe he goes back to the Con Cut variation as well. So the variation that he actually won with, that he should have picked last time, that's what he goes back to see if he can try to mount an offense here. So round 1, and immediately you see Shao just backing away, just looking to find the space. You know, Kotal Khan's fucking sword basically would hit you, like, right here is where it would go to. The sword goes so fucking far. So now I think Video Games is safe, but I like the idea of just, like, I need to get away. I need to back the fuck up. The meaty, or the footsie game of this 4-2 just catching me off guard constantly, I need to give myself some distance. So VideoGamezYo opts to back away a little bit, find some space, and Omega sees that, and he's like, all right, if you're going to back away from me, I'm going to put up a totem. Tragically, he does end up getting hit by a spear, because Video Games was done walking away at that point, but doesn't even deter him. He just sets up the triple totem, and look at the damage. Triple totem is 36%. More damage than Shao was putting out with his fucking crushing blows. And then a command grab to follow was another 22%. That exchange was not many hits at all, and it's already 70% life, basically. Look at that. And then just a command grab after. He's past the 40 or the 50% mark, pushed down into the 35 or whatever mark. Huge numbers. Oh yeah, he totally would have hit him. While he was trying to back away, he totally would have hit him. You are absolutely right, Junk. Tries to get the sun set up. Right now, VideoGamezYo trying to get away from that tan, but ends up getting caught. And OmegaK, now that he's made the switch back to this variation, he's back on top, and he's that was a really healthy round for OmegaK. Dude, he got underneath the spear that close. Look at this. Forward 2 actually ducks the spear. First hit whiffs, second hit, you're fine. The spear just goes right over his head. Yeah, dude, 3 touches. All right, big launcher here. Omega starts to send it to the corner, or Video Game sends it to the corner. Annihilation is a great combo ender, too. And 36%, he had to spend resources for that shit, though. All that Omega's got to do is set up a totem. Nice armor break there, or breakaway. I love this determination, though, from Omega. Omega wants that fucking command grab. Oh, did you break out of my command grab? Get your ass over here again. I love the determination. That's multiple times that Omega's had that. I got interrupted out of my command grab. Well, let's try another. We go again. Okay, that's a big whiff, though. Wasn't quite close enough. VideoGamezYo challenges. Plus frames. So now that Annihilation buff is available, and that means it could go into a crushing blow. VideoGamezYo needs to cash out. So this, I think this, honestly, this was a mistake by VideoGamezYo. VideoGamezYo has the Annihilation buff right now. When he gets this jump in, he opts for the launching shoulder, which now the Annihilation buff is going to actually go away right there before he would be able to utilize the Annihilation buff. Oh, wait, you know what? He still gets the kill here anyway. So, personally, I would have gone for the crushing blow because I would have been worried about this breakaway here. But he just goes for a normal combo, and Omega doesn't break and actually able to cash out enough damage for it to matter. So actually really smart play there by VideoGamezYo. I guess he kind of called it out. And if he would have gone for the crushing blow, there still could have been a break anyway. The crushing blow wouldn't have guaranteed no breakaway. Ooh, dude, the running boot from Shao Kahn. It's so good. It's got some startup. It's got some flaws to it. But if you can catch people plus abuse the plus frames off of it, dude, look at that damage. 411 damage here. And that's just from a jump in and immediately confirming into the big numbers. The corner lets him go for those back threes multiple times. And wow, 411. That was smart. You see here, actually, OmegaK goes to challenge the hammer, and then he's like, oh, wait, there's a second part. Never mind. You see a quick little dash and then right back into blocking it. I think this is going to kill. Oh, no, not enough. He didn't have the meter for the amp, so... One little hit left here, though. Can Omega turn it around? I believe that he's going to find himself chipped out, though, as VideoGamezYo gets the brutal even. Fucking sick. I don't remember that. And that puts Shao Kahn up 2-1 over Omega. Yo, what's going on, Zescool? And we got White Lana coming through. How you guys doing? We're just doing a little match analysis here. We're getting to the end of the stream in match analysis, but just taking a look at some matches. I've never done match analysis before, though, so this is kind of fun to just kind of dive in and take a really deep dive into looking at what's going on in these matches. Right now, we're looking at the grand finals of Intercontinental Combat. This is VideoGamezYo with Shao Kahn versus PND Omega. He was playing a lot of Kotal Kahn, but now it does look like OmegaK makes a switch over to Terminator. I think the commentators make note of this. He played Kotal the entire time, and to switch here in the grand finals, it does kind of speak to a little bit of like a broken, like he's out of answers. He's not figuring it out. Kotal's not cutting it, and he's just making a Hail Mary here. We'll see how it ends up working out, but VideoGamezYo is firing on all cylinders. He's got the confidence. He believes in his character, and as we go into game number 4, we'll see what happens. So Omega is playing the just normal Dark Fate variation. He's got his own funny name to it, Dank Fate, but otherwise he didn't make much changes to it. It's still the same abilities. Dude, analyzing your games is super important, I think, Zesquil. I think it's really important to go back and take a look at where you lost. Although it does also help you realize, oh, fuck, I suck. Like, that's my response as well. It's like, oh, look at all this dumb shit that I do, or this dumb shit that I should do that I don't do. Look at that. This is why the L's show up. I know now. Dude, look at this damage cash out. And of course, it's insane corner carry as well. I mean, that combo started here around the mid screen or whatever. Like this is mid screen adjacent, right? And he's gonna take him all the way to the corner. And that shoulder, even if they weren't mid screen adjacent, that would have just kept it going. That shoulder was point blank in the corner. Plus frames into a throw right after. That is the threat of that big boot. Oh, good block on the spear. I don't believe the spear is punishable though. Running man stance. So that was a good call out. A lot of players are afraid when they see the running man stance that the tackle's going to come, particularly if you run as far as Omega did. Point blank run, not really as big of a worry. But when you ran that far, it's likely you can get that crushing blow. So VideoGamezYo tries to jump out, and OmegaK right there waiting for him. Gets him with the bear hug. We've seen Striker do it plenty of times. And he's able to convert it into some damage, ends up dropping it at the end. But, I mean, this is big comeback city here for Omega if he wants to do this. Empty jump. Plus frames now here for Shao, though. Alright, the spears. Ducks underneath it. Now, when he amplifies the shotgun, if he walks forward on amplify shotgun... So, I guess first things first. VideoGamezYo ducks this shotgun blast. Okay, he neutral ducks underneath it. Now, if you shoot, if you do the amplify on the shotgun, you can move either forward or backward. If you move forward, it stays a high, which means VideoGamezYo can keep ducking under it. Because Omega backs up, it does turn into a mid, forces VideoGamezYo to have to block it. But, man, it ended up actually, because he backed away there, he put so much distance between himself and VideoGamezYo that he basically had no choice but to get in with Running Man, and he tried for the same setup that he just caught VideoGamezYo with. But VideoGamezYo, an incredibly talented player, he doesn't do reruns. You better show up with something new. If you're going to try to show him some shit he's seen before, he's going to respond accordingly. So he just waits for him to jump to the sky, try for the bear hug. VideoGamezYo ain't there, and he's just going to knock him out of the sky, catches him on a spear, and puts himself on tournament point. Alright, so spear's coming out. Ooh, trying to swing with those jabs, but Shao able to get low to the ground. It's actually surprising how low to the ground Shao's down 4 puts him, actually. Ooh, that is tough. Perhaps he was waiting for the grab at the end. I think, okay, first things first, OmegaK, the pressure perhaps, does not flawless block this kick right here, and because he doesn't flawless block it, that leads into the mix-up. Is he going for the throw? Is he going for the shoulder charge? Looks like this time he'll go for the shoulder charge, and Omega, expecting the throw, tries to duck it, finds himself launched, and finds himself without meter to stop the damage either. So he's going to have to hold 365 for this. Oh, full running man, but he just runs underneath him. Actually, it was smart that he didn't go for the tackle, though. That would have caught him. And there it is. He goes for the bear grab again. But VideoGamezYo has stopped taking to the sky. He's not jumping anymore. He knows you have that tool. He's not jumping anymore. And he's just lying in wait on the ground. Gets the punish. And he's even going to get the fatality at the end here for extra measure. Really, really solid play here from Xiao. I think the important thing to note from this is that Xiao is not fucking trash. He might be the worst in the game. If people want to say he's the worst in the game, sure. But people say worst in the game like it's got all the other connotations that typically come with being the worst, which means that you're also bad. And just because he's at the bottom, he's still really, really solid. So if the worst character in the game is also capable of winning a tournament at the highest level, I mean, this is NRS's Pro Tour. This is not some invitational. This is not some tournament that only a handful of the scene heard about. This is a tournament put on by NetherRealm themselves. If Xiao can win that, if the worst character in the game can win that, you've got yourself a balanced fucking game. That's for damn sure. You have yourself a balanced game if characters are able to win, even if they are that far down on the tier list. So I think it's a testament to not only how powerful of a player VideoGamezYo is, how solid the balancing is in this game, and just how good Xiao is in the right hands, even if there's other flaws with the character, even if he's at the bottom of the barrel, it's a shallow-ass barrel. Like, it's still capable of winning. So big ups to everybody involved with that, and looking forward to seeing more. The Customs era has provided us so much awesome and interesting and weird sort of matchups now to go over that this is going to be really fun. It's definitely a struggle picking Shao Kahn. You're totally right, Christian. He's a struggle character. He's a struggle character. But some people thrive in the struggle. Some people, they like the pressure. They like the upped ante of like, fuck, how am I going to figure this out? And that challenge is what drives them. That's the fire they need. So, you know, Xiao makes it out alive. He takes the tournament, which is big. This is a Pro Tour. Lots of money is going to be on the line this season. And that puts VideoGamezYo in a really good position out of the gate to secure some of that.